চাকৰিত সংৰক্ষণক লৈ উত্তাল হৈ পৰিল লোকসভা উচ্চতম ন্যায়ালয়ৰ ৰায়ৰ পিছতে লোকসভাত হুলস্থুল লাগিল চাকৰি সংৰক্ষণত ৰাজ্য চৰকাৰ বাধ্য নহয় বুলি ৰায় দিছিল সৰ্বোচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ে আৰু তাৰ পাছতে হুলস্থুলীয়া পৰিৱেশৰ সৃষ্টি হয় লোকসভাৰ মজিয়াত এনেধৰণে চাকৰিত সংৰক্ষণক লৈ লোকসভা উত্তাল হৈ পৰিল উচ্চতম ন্যায়ালয়ৰ ৰায়ৰ পিছতে লোকসভাত হুলস্থুল লাগিল চাকৰি সংৰক্ষণত ৰাজ্য চৰকাৰ বাধ্য নহয় বুলি ৰায় দিছিল সৰ্বোচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ে
Srimati Supriya Suleji.
Much. I stand here to speak against a very long and tiresome budget, which we all heard. And even unfortunately, I don't know on what note has this government brought this budget. It was a tiresome exercise hearing the speech, and this debate has been one of the longest debates, which has maximum breaks, I think. We've been preparing for the last 4 days, and finally we have an opportunity to speak on the budget. I would like to, I think the economic survey, the vision of the finance ministry seems to be a bit hazy, because the economic survey says one thing and the budget outcome says something. The economic survey, where they have quoted Kautilya says, the root of wealth is economic activity and its lack of bringing material distress. In the absence of fruitful economic activity, both current prospective and future growth are in danger of destruction. Now, when this is the one side of the vision of the economic survey, the entire budget seems to be, I think, a document which seems like a vision of a party or a government. Because it was very interesting, because first of all, a budget normally, what I understand, is only for 1 year. Most of their commitments were about 5 years and 10 years. And when the Treasury bench spoke, it was very interesting, because I think they're actually living in a bubble, absolutely away from reality in a fairy tale world. Because most of the targets that they were committed to, or what came from Treasury benches, were numbers which are absolutely unrealistic and unreal, giving the fiscal health of the situation. Actually, the budget has exposed the failings of this government when it comes to fiscal health. The fact is that the government seems to have run out of revenues completely when it really needed it the most. Talking about 5 trillion economy, the Treasury bench was talking about a $10 trillion economy. I mean, I think especially coming from them, I just wanted to ask them one humble question, is to achieve $5 trillion economy, what is the growth rate is required? And you all are talking about 10. They are barely not even crossing 5 with all the numbers that they are giving. It's absolutely worrisome for the commitments they are doing. They are very proud of the insolvency code. It's a very good thing. If the government is going to get NPAs going, people are going to pay back. It's a wonderful thing. I'm really happy to hear that. We all supported it. And if it's going to be a fair and an equal marketplace, we support any such reforms which are in the interest of the economy and development of the state. But there was a word he used, velocity of resolution has really got up. I just want to like to ask the Honorable Minister who's here one humble question, that you're very proud of your insolvency code. There's a company called Lok Industries which was taken a loan of 49,000 crores. They paid back 4,900 crores. So the haircut was of 90%. You can verify this. I'm giving you all this information from the newspapers. Then they want to do a bullet train, which is something which came about 4 times. The bullet train is in my state, sir. I want to ask this government that you want to do a bullet train, wonderful. Are you going to entirely pay for it? Because the land acquisition, when they were in power 5 years, nothing has happened. Instead of that, in the railway, where Dombivli, Kalyan, Thane, which is the maximum number of people who use their rail lines, you've really done nothing for it. So you are again in that fairy tale mode. It's like Cinderella. These things happen only in fairy tales. They don't happen in reality. So bullet train is like that. They keep committing about it. They've not even acquired 1 acre of land for it. And there is huge stuff. And there are 7 people who die every day on Mumbai suburban railways. Imagine, sir, 7 people die every day. There's not a mention of that. But the bullet train is there, which is again in their fairy tale mode. The Honorable Minister talked about capital expenditure, you know, the feel-good factor. I don't know how they are feeling good, because our markets reacted. The market crashed 1,200 crores when we were sitting here, 1,200 points when we were sitting here for 3 hours 47 minutes. After much recovery, it recovered, but it finally closed at minus 450. So from 1,200 to 4, but it's still closed at minus 450 points. So I don't know what feel-good factor this government is talking about. Another thing that they talked about, all the sectors are doing well. The Honorable Minister of Finance, Mr. Thakurji, talked about how well the economy is doing this morning. I was really happy to hear that. It's again the fairy tale mode. And they're living in a make-believe world, because I don't see any of that really happening in reality. I come from a producer state. Maharashtra has probably the largest investments, especially the district that I come from. Where, be it the telecom sector, be it the auto sector, the realty sector, all the core sectors.
আগবাঢ়িছো আনন্দ খবৰৰ মাজলৈ। অসম উচ্চতৰ মাধ্যমিক শিক্ষা সংসদৰ এখন